I'll be 38 weeks tomorrow. So this kind of throws a wrench in everything, and now we have conversations to have and decisions to make, and it's the weekend. So I got into a chiropractor, did Webster technique, and now I am at an acupuncturist getting acupuncture. We're trying all the things to get this baby to move, and then we'll be having conversations with OBs and all the things too. So never had a breech baby before, not sure what's going on, but here we go. Okay, it's Tuesday, August 12th. We found out on Friday that baby was breech. I've been like doing all the things to try to flip it, and yesterday I just really felt like I was supposed to just like come to peace with it and just like really focus on like surrendering in my body and trusting that everything's gonna work out like it should. And I woke up this morning and I swear the baby is sideways. I don't know, but I really feel like it is based on like what I'm feeling and where I'm like finding the baby parts. But we see the doctor this afternoon, probably get an ultrasound, so we'll see. But in my mind, I'm like, hey, that's a good sign, right? We're like starting to move in the right direction. Fingers crossed. We're running around to appointments, chiropractor, acupuncture, and I have my own personal driver.
All right. So did you say this is a little girl, a little boy?
So we don't know.
Okay.
So we're trying to keep it
what
a
I
surprise.
asked. All right. Well, I'm going to take a look. Don't look here first, just in case something is obvious as can be. Baby is having a seat on your cervix. So
Butt down.
we are butt down. Yeah.
So yeah, everyone's been saying, what breech position is it? And I'm like, I don't even know.
1 second. There's 3 possibilities.
I know.
I just need to see where those feet are. So I actually am going to have you guys look away again for a minute.
Okay.
All right. The worst
Find the
position to
noggin.
get a baby flipped from is side to side, as weird as it sounds.
Transfers?
Yeah, they're the hardest.
No way. I would have thought that would have been easier.
Exactly. It seems like intuitively that would be the case. It is absolutely not. Most likely, if everything stays the way it is, it would be that, yes, bring baby up out of your pelvis and rotate
that way.
forward.
Okay.
Yep, we rotate forward. They go a lot easier than trying to go
sure.
backward.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
when we go backward, the neck flexes
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it just doesn't move the body. It just keeps flexing the head worse and worse.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
all right.
But before I have coffee, I'm gonna have a little yogurt that has 15 grams of protein. And I like to add in some collagen to bump up the protein. So I'll actually do a scoop in my yogurt and in my coffee. So we found out last Friday, when I was almost 38 weeks pregnant, this baby is breech, which is totally throwing a wrench in our plans. And it was kind of a shock to find out, and definitely brought up a lot of emotions for me, and just like totally was out of left field. I've never had any of my babies be in a breech position before. Wasn't expecting it at all. And you know, your options feel a little bit limited as far as what you can or can't do. And so we've been really focused on like figuring out the best plan moving forward for us. And I'm not comfortable delivering breech vaginally. There is a doctor here that will deliver you breech vaginally if you want. We met with him yesterday. Depending on the position of breech, some midwives will do it at home, things like that. But just, I really had to sit with myself and observe my own like mental and emotional bandwidth, because I used to be someone that was so like, oh my gosh, I would totally take on breech. I would totally do a home birth breech. Like I would totally, like wouldn't have fazed me, right? And I remember even when I was pregnant with Sterling, my midwife being like, he might be like head up. And I'd be like, I would totally try at home. But when you go through what we've been through, it really just changes your perspective around what's important. And birth is no longer about my ego. Birth is no longer about proving that I can do something. Birth is no longer like just this black and white issue for me. Birth has become more sacred and fragile, and I recognize it's not black and white, and babies are fragile and things can happen. And so like weighing the risks for me this time around, I have like zero bandwidth for risks, and I get to sit with myself and give myself grace in that space instead of making myself wrong for it. I get to honor everything that I've been through, and like birth is like such a vulnerable thing anyways. It requires that you really can like let go and surrender in the moment. At least all of my births before now being like at home with no medication really like requires you to be able to like let go and surrender and step into this like let down place. And you have to feel completely safe. You have to feel completely supported. You have to feel completely trusting. And I feel not afraid to birth. I don't feel afraid to birth at all. And I wouldn't even be afraid to have this baby at home if everything looked totally fine. But I'm different now. Like, I'm a different person, and facing birth being like the most vulnerable experience after what happened with my last, I'm just in a different space. And so it's been good to like sit with myself and really honor that and not make myself right or wrong, but just say like, what do I have the bandwidth for mentally, emotionally, because that affects your birth. It's not just about what you can handle physically. It's where is your edge emotionally and mentally, because you're gonna go to your edge and you're probably gonna go a little past your edge. And it's okay if your edge is in a different place now than before. And just like honing in on that and like where and what will make me feel safe to go to my current edge. And you know, it's so easy for us to make ourselves right or wrong about where we're at, or we try to only focus on where we think we should be and shove away where we're at because we have a story around it. We have a story around how it's limiting us, or we can't have what we want if that's where we're truly at, or whatever it is. And for me, what's been so important over the last few years is being honest with myself about where I'm at, while also not making it mean anything about what's possible for me, about what I can or can't have, about how I get to feel. Like just dropping all the labeling of all of it and dropping what I'm making it mean about what I can have, what I'm creating, the experience I get to have, all of it. So that's what I've been leaning into the last few days while trying all the things like chiropractic, acupuncture, inversions, handstands in the pool. We're doing Chinese herb medicine, like tons, you name it, we've probably tried it. And at the same time, I do feel very trusting of this baby and of this story and of this journey, and just knowing like it's all gonna work out how it's supposed to. I really do believe that. And it's not about me, and it's not about me proving something, and it's not about me getting what I think is the correct or right way to an approach with something, because truthfully, I would rather expand and grow as a person than stay in what I think is always right or the best. We don't grow when that's where we stay. So I'm opening myself up to a new experience, and this baby wants to give me a new experience, and I get to see it with curiosity and see how it's going to grow and expand me and expand my capacity for understanding, for empathy, for seeing more perspectives, all of it, feeling more things, rather than shooting on myself or blaming myself or making it wrong or bad or being angry about it, right? So I'm just really leaning into, how is this here for me? And how can this be a new adventure with this new little baby who clearly wants to make their own entrance into the world? Oh my gosh, I just got dressed. for the first time today. We were just in the pool. I had a massage this morning. We worked on like my round ligaments and hopefully like loosening things up to let baby flip. And now I'm going to see the chiropractor to do Webster technique. I've been going multiple times. I'm going like every day this week. Went to the chiropractor, did another round of Webster technique. He is positive. He felt like things were changing and belly shape is looking different and all of that. And then we were grabbing some groceries, got a call from the doctor. There we are, scheduling the ECV for Friday midday, so in 2 days. So we are hoping this little baby will turn in 2 days. So it's Friday morning, the 16th. We have our ECV today at 12:30. And I have a midwife appointment before that. We're gonna do some body work and things like that. So it's gonna be a busy day. I'm feeling hopeful, positive, a little nervous. Just keeping my fingers crossed that this baby's gonna turn. That's what I really want. But you know what? We'll just see. All checked in, just waiting to get going. Get this little baby to turn. Oh my gosh, we just finished baby turned on the first try. Took like, I don't even know, like 60 seconds, 2 minutes. How long do you think it took?
Just a minute or two.
So now we're just gonna monitor baby for an hour, make sure they're happy, nothing's happening with their heart rate, and then we're gonna go home and try to have this baby as soon as we can. We got food afterwards. I couldn't eat all day. So we got food and now we're going to pick up the kids. I'm wearing a binder. Hopefully this little babe stays in place. Okay, we did the ECV yesterday. This is the morning after. I'm just getting up and getting some breakfast. Slept pretty okay, felt totally normal. I just had the usual like end of pregnancy insomnia, hips hurting, things like that had me up early, but I wore the binder they put me in all night to keep baby from flipping back. And the doctor said yesterday when we left, like, go home and do whatever you can to go into labor so that you don't risk this baby coming out. Or, I mean, so you don't risk this baby going breech again. So the midwives are coming over today and we're going to start trying some things. See if we can't get this little baby to come. I had some contractions this morning, so that's gonna be the next step. But thanks for watching. Hope you love this, and I'll be sure to catch you on the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you can stay updated, because it's baby time.